Hi guys, this is Brittany Watkins here, and I am in Australia hanging out with my good friend Jon Gabriel, having an amazing time. And Jon actually introduced me to something brand new that I've never experienced before, which is homemade chocolate. And I've been so excited about it that I wanted to make this video to show you how you can do it yourself at home. And I actually wasn't even really expecting it to be very good, to be honest, but it's really delicious, and there's lots of different ways that you can make it. So I'm gonna let Jon teach you guys how to make your own homemade chocolate.
Yeah, so when Brittany said she wanted some chocolate, she wanted me to pick up some chocolate from the store. I said, I'm not picking up chocolate from the store. You want chocolate, I'm going to make it. And I know she's thinking, yeah, right, I'm going to have to suffer through this. But the reality is, when you make raw chocolate, it's quick and it's easy. We're going to make it right here. And it's really healthy. And the reason it's healthy is because there's some really healthy ingredients. So when I make raw chocolate, there's 4 main ingredients, and then there's a bunch of ingredients that I play with. But the 4 main ingredients are really healthy. So the first one is raw organic cocoa butter. Now, cocoa butter is a medium chain triglyceride, saturated fat, which is really healthy, speeds up the metabolism, doesn't get corrupted at high temperatures, which is good because we're going to melt it down a little bit. So that's really healthy. We're using raw organic cacao, and cacao is loaded with antioxidants. And then as a sugar, we're using coconut palm sugar. Now, sugars have problems no matter what they are, but coconut palm sugar is the best because it's antibacterial, and it also doesn't elevate your blood sugar too much. So between all of this, you got antioxidants, antibacterial, you got things to speed up your metabolism. So raw chocolate, when made right, is super healthy. So what we're going to do today is we've been playing all week with different recipes, and Brittany really likes putting salt in chocolate. So I'm putting, this is Himalayan salt crystals, which are loaded with trace minerals. So we're going to put a little bit of salt, we're going to make it chili, we're going to put a little bit of chili in it, and we're going to put a little nutmeg add some flavor, and some chopped nuts. But you can make it and a little bit of vanilla. But you can make it your own. The 3 main ingredients that you start with your base is your cocoa butter, your cacao, and your coconut palm sugar. And the ratio typically is about 50 grams of cocoa butter to 1 to 2 tablespoons of cacao, depending on how chocolatey you want it, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut palm sugar, depending on how sweet you want it. So if I make it for myself, I'm only going to put 1 tablespoon of coconut palm sugar. If I make it for someone who's used to real sweet chocolate, I'm going to use 2. Experiment with it. Obviously, the less sugar, the better, but make it your own. The more cacao you put in it, the more sweetener it's going to need too, unless you're used to that real rich taste. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 50 grams approximately of cocoa butter, and I'm just going to put it in a pan. So we're just going to walk over there, heat it on the stove, and we'll be right back. So now we got it all melted, and you can see it's already smelling like chocolate, isn't it?
It is.
Smells good. Okay, so this is just the melted cocoa butter. As I said, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of raw cacao. And you got to make this your own. This is not an exact science.
Yeah, we played with this quite a bit. Like the first time we made this, we made it very differently than the way we're making it now. So you guys can just try it and see what you like. And
yeah. It's an experiment. It takes, like I said, it takes 10 minutes to make it. If it's not perfect, you'll know better for the next time. Put 2 tablespoons of coconut palm sugar, approximately. It's all real approximate. Then I'm just going to mix that up. Can you see that? Just mix that up.
And the important part too is that you put nuts in it, because I originally wasn't going to put nuts in it, but it makes it a lot better if you do. So I would say that's sort of the essential ingredient, and then all these other ones are just kind of like you can play with it.
You gotta have nuts in it. So I usually use activated nuts. We happen to have Brazil nuts there. So organic activated nuts are the best ones. So whatever nuts you have, just cut them up. And so we'll just put those in then. So these are just cut up activated Brazil nuts. Just gonna put them in. And you just decide how much you want. That's probably about 2 tablespoons. And so these other little bits that we're putting in, Brittany came up with this really good idea for the salt. So it's really nice. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of salt. Is that about right?
Yeah, I think so.
Half teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I like nutmeg a lot.
This is the Himalayan salt, so it's got that like chunky. If you guys have ever had that dark chocolate with the sea salt on top, it tastes like that.
And it's loaded with trace minerals, which our body needs. And then I'm going to put a half teaspoon of chili pepper. It's really nice in there. Gives it a little bit of chili thing. And that's it.
Or vanilla.
Yeah. She's right. Or vanilla. So I put about a capful of vanilla, which I don't have. So about a teaspoon of vanilla. You can't really go wrong with vanilla. If it's a little bit more, it just tastes a little bit of vanilla and so on. And that's it. So I'm mixing this up, and then I'm going to put it in our molds. And so you just put it in the molds, Whatever molds you want, big ones or small ones. We have these little cute love heart shaped ones. Very cute. And you just freeze it for 10 minutes and you're done. All right, so when you're finished putting in the mold, basically all you got to do is put it in the freezer, and we're just going to put it in there right now. And then about 10 minutes later, we're going to take it out, and we're going to pop the molds onto a plate. Also with serving sizes, basically with the mold I was using, each chocolate was 1 tablespoon, and that recipe that we just did will get you between 15 to 20 servings, or 15 to 20 tablespoons, depending on how much cacao you use, how much sugar, how much nuts, etc. And these ones are going to be good. You want to give it a try?
Okay. They're so good.
It's just so simple to make. Super healthy. Give it a try. Have some fun with it. And speak to you soon.
Enjoy. Oh, and the recipe will be in the link in the page below.
Cool.
Bye.
See ya.